If a coach or practitioner says that they teach mindset, here's what you need to be aware of. Number one, simply telling someone what they're doing wrong or pointing out the errors or the flaws in their thinking or what they're doing, that is not mindset shifting. That's not anything, because anyone can tell someone what their problem is. If you have a certain level of expertise, you can point out to someone the pitfalls or the shortfalls in their thinking or what could potentially be standing in their way, but simply you bringing it to their attention, simply you giving them a level of awareness about what their issue may be in their thinking does not help them whatsoever. So if a business coach specifically, because there are a lot of business coaches who claim to help you with mindset, and that's what they mean, that, oh, I'm going to tell you what you're doing that's standing in your way. I'm going to tell you, what your problem is. But what they do not have, and this is what you need to be aware of and look for, what they do not have is a process for helping you to actually shift your thinking. It is not enough to simply be made aware of something that you're doing or the way that you're looking at something. You actually need a way to undo that pattern of thinking. And if this individual is only primarily, their expertise is in strategy, it is more than likely they're not trained or expertise is not working with you in there. Because you cannot behave your way into a new identity. All right. You can start doing the things that the future you would do. But ultimately, if you don't change what you think, feel, and believe to be true and possible for yourself on this level, on the subconscious level, then it will eventually catch up to you. And that's what happens. Okay. So what you want to ask, if you're looking at a practitioner, you're like, oh, okay, maybe I need a business coach that can help with my mindset because I know I'm getting in my own way. You want to ask, so what is your process for helping me shift my mindset? How do you do that? Because I can tell you exactly how I help my clients do it. Well, first and foremost, we're going to go back to your childhood. This is not therapy. This is a strategic deep dive back to the relationship with your parents and how you experience their presence or their absence, because it had the biggest impact on what you believe to be true and possible for yourself right now, today, in this moment, in your relationship with yourself, in your relationships with men, and in your relationship with money. So that's where we're going. We're going to start there. All roads start there. Why? Because nothing else matters if we don't get to the root of the issue. And that is the root of your limiting beliefs. That is the root of your programming. That is the root of your conditioning. And it is the root of why you are afraid of doing certain things, or why you hold back, or why you keep attracting certain patterns, or why you keep repeating things. It's that. And so my expertise is in accelerated inner healing. So I take my clients through that process to actually identify those beliefs, release them, and reprogram new beliefs that support the goals that they have, that they want to achieve. And then we create a strategy of aligned actions for them to take in harmony with that, to lead them to what it is they are desiring to create for themselves in their life and their business. So that is how you help someone to shift their mindset. It is not a conversation, because we have conversations all the time. You watch stuff on scrolling through social media all the time. You're like, that's interesting. And you can even develop an awareness to the level to where you see yourself about to do something and you stop yourself. You're like, okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to give into that pattern. But what you will find is that you're unable to attract or create anything differently. You won't be able to do something different. You'll be able to stop that, but you will not be doing anything differently because you still haven't shifted the fundamental basis, the root. Okay. And that is where mindset work takes place. It's an inner game. It's what's going on in here. It's what's going on in here. And if someone is not, if that's not their expertise, if they don't know how to help you actually do it on that level, then it is not mindset work. It is talking work. It is telling you what your malfunction is with no roadmap to telling you how to change it. They're going to try to give you more strategy. So do this in your business and do that in your business. And the strategy is the smallest part of what needs to happen in order for you to achieve the level of success that you are desiring, period, dot. It is your mindset, what you think, feel, and believe to be true and possible for you, okay? And until that changes, you will continue to create the results that you believe you're worthy of and that you believe are true for you. So if you want something different, you have to start thinking and believing something different. And you can't do that by simply starting to engage in new behaviors, by simply buying designer things, by simply going to expensive places. That's the embodiment of the new mindset, okay? But if you don't actually do the deep inner healing work, no matter how much you front yourself or try to trick yourself into it, you will always snatch yourself right on back. Your brain will snatch you right on. What you think you doing, girl? You know we ain't good enough. You know we don't this and that. So those are the things that you want to keep in mind if you are considering working with a coach or a practitioner to help you with your mindset, all right? They need to tell you how they are going to help you to shift your mindset. And if they can't, or if they're ambiguous about it, it's probably because they don't really have a process for helping you actually shift what's going on in here on that deep subconscious level, which is where the shift actually needs to take place in order for it to be permanent.